Now we move into the semi-final one of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield. That was Andy to break. He's straight into the colours here. Oh, lovely little plant there. Well, he's picking these off with ease. Butch must be worried. Just in awe at the pace that he's moving around this table. Or it could just be that the camera's stuck on higher velocity than it was meant to be. Oh, it was a bit wayward, that one. Butch will be glad to get some time at the table here. A little bit of safety in mind, but really hasn't covered much. Take this one next to the red at the bottom, although he does have sights on the one at the top cushion. And Butch will pick a few off here, I should think. The top corner. Wow, push that a bit too wide of the pocket. He's finished okay there. Very lucky not to push that one. So Butch is struggling to find his angles here. Set up Andy. The tricky one in the corner. He played that well, a little bit too hard maybe, although he will want to try and produce the there we go. It was he played it as almost like as a aggressive safety. Didn't work though. Butch is in. Oh, and again he just took his eye off the ball. Really needs to settle down here, does Butch. Needs a final. Could certainly do with a final win, but he certainly needs to get into the final. His power ranking points are going to start creeping up to where they should be. I believe he still sits in the top 4, but it's a constant battle between him and Grinder. Just needs to get a hold of this one. I think he'll play a safety here. Probably just push this red onto the cushion, leave them. Yeah, there we go. I see a pathway through the red and the black. Come off behind the yellow, push the yellow into the corner pocket. I think that's probably what he'll look at. Of course, the concern is then if he does that, he's very likely to leave Butch on if he misses. And he's in all sorts of safety trouble now. As I said, there's all sorts of safety trouble here. Butch just has to take any one of these reds and he'll push that white safe again. There we go. All the while just positioning his reds into more favourable positions. Half a chance that Butch is going to clear here, and he's in a spot of bother. I don't think he saw this coming. Streaked ahead against Butch. Maybe lulled himself into a false sense of security. Wow, that's just unfortunate. Butch wasted no time there to clear these two reds. Here we go. And that should be the frame. Good frame. Butch into the final. Back shortly for semi-final 2. And welcome back to semi-final 2 of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield. Gun Show versus Chalkie. This is a tasty one. Oh, and the white's gone straight in. Off the break for Gun Show. He's going to be absolutely furious about that. Ask the landlord. You can't give Chalkie anything in these single frame shootouts. Interesting break. I think he hoped for a little bit more there, but he's got options. He's likely to take the yellows here, although there's one or two. Oh, he's opting for the reds, the trickier reds. And he's in. So he clearly thinks that there's a path here past the bottom red into the corner pocket. And then he'll probably kick over to the red on the cushion. Oh, he's taking that straight away. Get the tricky ones out of the way straight immediately. Played very well. A bit unfortunate to push the yellow into the red in the middle of the table there. Difficult to see where he can go after this shot. If that red does go into the corner, as I say, then how does he get the cue ball back to take the next shot? He might just opt for a little cut here and hope to come around the back of the red in the middle of the table. Sort of a half-played double attempt into the middle. I think he knows that Pete's got an awkward shot on here. I think Pete revels in games like this. He's back up against the wall. Horse Gunshow and Chalkie have been exchanging top spot in the power rankings for the last 12 months. That was an effort. So the outcome of this game could be the difference for an extra 3,000 points towards the power rankings. This is a big frame. Full length shot to the corner and just release those last two reds. Very unfortunate to come into the middle pocket there with the white, but not unusual. Those of us that have been watching Chalkie for some time have seen those sorts of things happen time and time again. Opportunity for Pete here to really assert his dominance. Now he always says release something. If you've got a free ball, make sure you release something. That doesn't always work out, as we've seen in the past. On that occasion, however, it has worked out. So we've got three options here. One to the middle, either corner pocket on the bottom of the table. One would have to think he's taken his eye off the ball there. Didn't look like he got a kick. Chalk could be surprised that he's coming back to the table in a similar fashion as to when he left it, only this time the black is no longer tied up. So a good shot here. And Pete really will be in trouble. That was a fraction off in the middle, and they would have seen a clearance for sure. Gunshow breathes again, breathes a sigh of relief. Frustration is creeping in, mind you. He does like coming from this position, mind. We've seen it time and time again in the league. Although I do think he'd rather not be doing it at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday evening. Alright. Hampered cue in here. I'll take the one into the middle. Might want to clip the red on the way through to knock that down the cushion. Plenty of unwanted conversation at this tricky time. Taking his time on this one, weighing up all his options. Play this right and he's back in the frame. Play it wrong and it's game over. Here we go. He's played that well. he would have... Oh dear. Oh, that was unfortunate. Well, as I was saying, we saw Chalkie with misfortune earlier. We're seeing Pete with misfortune. This is the frame of misfortune. There's taps just walking through there. No, Pete would be very hard done by there. That ball just seemed to roll on forever. Right now, let's see if Paul can compose himself. He's left himself an awkward little cut here, but it shouldn't be too much trouble. Can he hold the white for the black, or will he opt to come around and shoot at the table? He's opted to play for the double. He can afford to miss this. Well, I say can afford to miss it. I mean, Pete's a wizard when it comes to these plants, but that's not a straightforward shot if he does miss the black. Although, made that a little bit easier by the fact that the white came back down towards the bottom of those two yellows. If he'd left it on the cushion, and that was a very difficult plant then. There's a lot of distance between those two yellows to play the plant into the corner pocket. Whereas now, Pete has options. Can you see the yellow into the middle? He might take it to the top corner, or he might take the... I mean, these go into both. Is he going to opt to play safe? I think he is. Well, an aggressive safety. He tried to double it, knowing that if he missed, the yellow was going to come back across, and hopefully in front of the black. That was very small percentage of success there. You'd fancy Chalkie to take this black. You won't be too worried about going in off. It's just about making sure that the ball finds its target. Put his shoulder into that one. Again, another chance for Pete here. He's could have done with coming a little bit further down the table there. But that was played beautifully. Now you'd fancy him with this one. Straight forward, back across the table, black into the corner pocket. Doesn't need to do too much with this white. Pretty straightforward. Eat shots like this for breakfast. Oh dear. Oh, he's put screw on it. What's he done? Oh, and he's lost it. Oh dear. Oh, that's... Oh, at least he's shaking Chalkie's hand. Oh, black's gone again. There we go. Well, there we are. Chalkie into the final. Inexplicable ending for Gun Show. But it's a tasty encounter to come. 3 frames. Butch versus Chalkie. Final of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield. Chalkie's just looking very closely at these yellows. He's going to cut this one in. Yeah, get himself on the board. Take this one to the top corner. Beautifully weighted across the middle. You'll fancy his chances with this table, the way these are laid out. Slightly awkward one on the right hand side, close to that red. There's a chance that cuts through into the middle. Difficult to tell at this camera angle. If it doesn't, he's always got an option to fall in, almost where the white is now, just a little bit higher up. took his eye off that one. Trying to do too much with the white ball, took his eye off the pot. Butch sauntering around the table. Lovely pot. Wasted no time to get his first red in the pocket. He snatched that one a little bit, but it was okay. Just left himself awkward on the next one. Play this as a double, what do you think? Yeah, no problem for Butch. Casually knocking that one in. Awkward cue in. Yep, yep. Left too much length on that one. On that cue. Could have done with just settling down a little bit. I think he got a bit excited. Good chance for Chalkie. This'll cut. Oh dear. Oof. All sorts of happenings going on there. Didn't expect that. He was bobbing a little bit on that shot. I think he's wanting to get this final over and done with by the looks of things. Butch inexplicably releasing Chalkie's last yellow. Also released his. Can't afford to miss now though. Yeah, again. He left himself hampered, leaning over the black and the red in the left corner. And he's not got a lot of length in him to begin with. So any kind of awkward cueing is accentuated by the fact that he has to lean further than most. Fine cut here for Chalkie. Interesting to see how he releases his black. Well, he was up pretty quick off that shot. Again, Butch will fancy these. Nothing too difficult for Butch. He's very fortunate there. He played that red, but I think he was hoping to make the two, not just the one. Yeah, good cut. Doesn't left him a lot of visibility on the cue ball here, but he's played that well. There should be 1-0. Yep, 1-0 Butch. Got into the second round, second frame. Second frame, Chalkie to break. He'll be frustrated that he's gone a frame down, but he revels the opportunity to come from behind. There's a yellow down already. They're all beautifully placed. Apart from that one yellow on the left hand side, which is blocked by the two reds, top corner pocket. I think he'll still take these yellows on. Try and take this one into the corner and hold then to take the one on the cushion. Oh, he's opted for reds and immediately left himself hampered. He will be very frustrated with that. Again, he's got a long way to reach here to play this red into the bottom right hand corner. Oh, that is very awkward. He doesn't look comfortable at all there. Could opt for a rest, but no, there we are. He's found a better position to play a safety, I think. Yeah, well played. He'd rather be much closer to this cushion, or closer to the yellow that he was aiming to get behind, but Butch spotted a way round there and a way to release this yellow now that was hampered by the two reds over that top left hand corner pocket. Butch feeling like he's in a good position here, blocking that pocket. Chalkie still got that red at the bottom of the table, which is going to cause him problems. I'm going to play safety here, really put Butch into a spot of bother. Oh, that was very fine, very, very fine. That red barely moved. Ah, that was a shot. And just like that, the tables can turn. I think Chalkie would have been hoping for a bit better there. Again, very unfortunate. Got a shot through to the red in the top right hand corner. Beautifully played. And he's left himself with options here now. It's entirely likely that he's going to play into the top left hand corner, leave himself into the left middle. Then right middle. And bottom left. They shouldn't pose too much of a problem for Chalkie now. Butch is going to be kicking himself that he didn't take more time over the snooker he was in. Has he just thrown away that 1-0 lead? He'll breathe again. It's the best of 3. Plenty of pool to be played. Where's he going to play this? Is he going to try and kick that yellow on and cut across to the right hand side of the black? Yeah. He obviously thinks that black will go past that yellow. Deep breath. There's not a lot of margin for error here. Oh, he's played it perfectly. That's 1-1 going into the final frame of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield. And the final frame. Butch to break. He won't want to make any mistakes here. Been unfortunate. Nothing down. The pack is open and Chalkie is prowling around the table. He's got options here. Very fortunate not to go in off there. I think he played to clip that yellow, to take that one in the corner. What he would have done after that, I don't know. Maybe he did just have confidence in the fact that gravity wouldn't kick in and sink that white. Butch off the mark with the reds. To take his time, yeah. He's been unlucky there. Still see this red, I think, just about. Let's push the black into a safer position. Nice little cannon there for Chalkie. That's going to come in handy. He's not got a lot of room to play around this little area where these 3 yellows are, but there we are. You see, I'm knocking that first yellow across ever so slightly on the previous shot. He's opened up the possibility of taking this yellow into the bottom right. Yes, all sorts of gymnastics from Chalkie there. I think you would have hoped for a little bit better. That's what happens when you favour flair over substance, mind you. just looking to see what happens if he knocks into this red off this yellow. Is he going to play a very fine cut on this yellow and hope that it just knocks that black safe? Again, he's got to take the paint off this yellow ball. This is too fine to see from the. Oh dear, he's got a kick there. He's got a kick for a man who spends so much time chalking his cue. The odd kick is completely inconceivable, entirely inexplicable, and in this case, extremely inconvenient. This is 1-1 in the final of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield, one of the Open Series tournaments, and there's over 3,500 points available to the winner, which will boost their standing in the power rankings. So, good, strong, aggressive shot by Butch. He's been very fortunate there. He wanted to clear the yellow from the pocket, so he didn't give Chalkie any options to use it to come off into the black, releasing the black. But his second shot has now almost snookered Chalkie. He's got a fine cut to the top right corner, but that would be some shot if you pull that off, and there's no guarantee you'd end up on anything else. So it's entirely possible that Chalkie's going to play an aggressive safety here, try and get the white ball back over to the right hand side of the table to force Butch into playing the red over the black, while simultaneously ensuring that Butch hasn't got a clear path through. So he'll possibly want to just nudge one of his reds onto the cushion as well. We'll see what's going to happen here. Well, here we are. So, and Butch is straight down to play that shot. He didn't think twice about it, and maybe he should have done, but he must feel confident in clearing these reds. They're all there. Ooh, could have done without that. No, I don't. Does that red pass? Does the top red pass the bottom red? I think we're about to find out. Again, awkward queuing for Butch here. It does pass. Excellent shot, Butch, considering his awkward queuing. It's just he's finished a little high on this. Play into the middle, so he may opt for a safety here. He's gone for the cut across the table. That was a good effort. That was a good effort, and he's unlucky not to cover that pocket. I'm afraid, with the angle that Chalkie's got on this yellow, it does open everything up for him somewhat. That could be the last time we see Butch in this Gibbas Way Memorial Shield final, and what a cracker it's been. Two absolute Goliaths in the game at the Hope. And I feel it's just a formality for Paul now. He'll be disappointed that white didn't kick out any further, but he's still got the angle to come across the table. Just needs to play this dead weight. Played with inch perfection. And that's it. They shake hands, and the winner is Chalkie of the Gibbas Way Memorial Shield.